Yeah, thank you and welcome back indeed. Ninjas in Pajamas, they were so close, yet so far. Probably the closest series we've seen with OG this week. Like in terms of entire series, we had some more maybe close games, but this was definitely a good start, especially after a not so good start for Ninjas in Pajamas, where they lost their offlane quite a few times in a row. What was the story about from the game for you, Lumi?
I thought OG could have just ran over NiP after that start, but I think they committed to the bristleback kill a couple times, and they thought they could have got the kill, but it led to kind of some back and forth chase, and I think that's where bristleback really shines. I personally really like the Crimson Guard choice because it really adds to the fact that your team is much tankier, particularly your supports are tankier because the supports just kind of died in the beginning of the fight, and that's I think where they really had a lot of trouble. If NiP supports stay alive, you could really back up your cores, and NiP might have won a couple more fights.
Was it a drafting issue, you think, Ape Mother?
I think the Razor pick was very smart. Like, he just fit their team perfectly and like countered out the Bristle kind of well. And NiP did have a really bad start on the Wisp Bristleback lane, which is not that great, but it doesn't hurt too much. You could see them coming back anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I felt like it was kind of hard for them to close the game out, and OG had a way better like late game. So they were very stressed. They felt very stressed to like finish the game, and that like the last fight at the bottom river was it felt very stressed. Like we need to win a fight now or we lose the game anyway.
Yeah, they were all kind of going in one by one, and it was like
it all fell apart.
Yeah.
Like,
what was your thoughts on the game then, Shane?
For me, actually, I thought Ninja Pajamas played very well at the start of the game. They started the way they should have.
For sure.
It was all going good. But then when the pressure's on, they seem to not be able to fight together as they do in the early game. It's like all of a sudden it's like, oh damn, if we lose this, we can lose racks, you know, and like it just gets to them or something.
It felt like the whole game they needed a good disengage hero. Like when Razor is running at you, when Doom's running at you, it felt like they need like power cogs to be like, hey, stay back a bit, or maybe a tombstone, anything for them to kind of run away or reset the fight. Because the whole game they were just getting chased. Like when the Razor linked somebody, that was it. That the Razor is on you. It's like glitter. You're
could
not
have
getting
like
him
a
off.
Naga support instead of Bane or
Wouldn't
something?
it be like glue?
No, like glitter.
Glitter?
It goes in
Have you had neck glitter like
because you know your clothes.
I don't know what you guys do with glitter, but I don't know if I want to know either.
all right?
Okay.
Yeah,
But I hope that you chose this fight. I think you did. 6 minutes in. That was
did.
one of the dives you said they stayed on Bristleback too long. Well, let's take a look at a luminous analysis.
All right, so this is a fight where you commit on Bristleback a little bit too hard, and the fight will turn. So let's jump into a replay and see how that Bristleback passive go to work. All right, so I think they used a couple of spells already, and they're like, all right, let's go on Bristle. He's somewhat out of position.
Well, No Tail went pretty hard.
This is kind of
here.
optimistic by No Tail.
Yeah, he's looking for the toss.
And he's like, oh shit, I got caught out. I'm giving you Bristleback, guys.
Yeah. And then Wisp comes in with overcharge.
And
It's like the
nobody
perfect
focuses the
engagement.
Wisp.
Oh.
And Winter Wyvern and some other hero doesn't really have mana here. That's like the biggest thing.
Actually, I don't think Lesh had lightning at this point, so he couldn't slow them down, but...
He gets them through the bush actually with the pulse.
Yep.
Actually, Lesh missed a couple of stuns this game. I felt like maybe Era's a bit rusty on this hero. A lot of people are rusty on the hero. Rise missed a couple of stuns yesterday on Lesh. Gotta spam them Lesh and
could have been lag or something as well.
Could have been.
Could have been. It could have been that they are just used to Lina instead, slightly different timing.
Yeah,
which is also a hero that both of those players play quite a bit. So what could Ninjas in Pajamas? Could they've done something differently in this game with the same heroes? Is there something they could change up laning wise that maybe they could have come out victorious?
I thought the Wisp on the top lane play a little bit too aggressive. His first death he had like 2 bottle charges left. He got to spam bottle a bit. I think the top lane was a bit overconfidence in terms of thinking, okay, we're gonna dominate this lane.
Yeah.
But only when you hit level 2. They actually died like a couple of times before they even hit level 2. So I think if you tighten the top lane a little bit, the rest of the game would have been much smoother.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Queen of Pain could have been a Timbersaw. I was a big advocate for the Timbersaw. I think it would have done so much damage this game.
Would have been better than the Queen of Pain, even with,
I'm not sure
with
it
you
would have
just
been better,
seeing that the
but
limp
I would have liked
Sonic
it a lot
Wave.
more. Like,
Yeah.
The Queen of Pain was what?
They still would have
Yeah,
lost the
that's true.
BKB,
That's
says Draskell.
But those mid-game fights, Timbersaw, Chakram would have been the disengage tool. Like you put the shock room, it's
Yeah.
hard for Tiny, Doom, Razor to run through it, and then
Yeah.
you just escape.
And they didn't really
So-
get to utilize the Bane that well either this game.
Yeah, the
No,
Bane just got ran on.
Yeah,
and
he
just
kind of
died.
like TP'd in on top lane, then he got killed, and then he came, and I was like,
Which support could they have used instead of the Bane? That would have been a tempo controller or a team reset hero.
No, I think
Naga.
the Bane was fine.
Naga could have been good.
Okay, Naga's good.
But
I-
it's-
Naga?
Naga support with the song.
Yeah, it could work, yeah.
And Net against Tiny and Razor is pretty good.
Could have been the hero. You don't
can kill
agree,
the tombs.
Shane?
You can, yeah, I do
You can
agree.
sleep, kill tomb,
You can sleep and kill
sleep while
tombs, yeah.
curse, you can sleep.
Yeah, it's good. I was just thinking about the tombstone and stuff, yeah. It would be actually pretty good.
Okay, we can actually take a quick look of the standings before we go into winner's interview because, well, we just had 2 games with Ninjas in Pajamas and they both lost, as in they lost both of the games, which makes their maximum total that they can get on in terms of points 5 because they got one more series up against No Logic Gaming tomorrow. But maximum amount of points 5 is really, really sad.
So this is not updated yet, right?
This
right now, OG is
is-
8 and 4, and then NiP is 3 and 9. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That is not correct because
No?
OG should be on 12 games total, and so should Ninjas in Pajamas.
Right. So OG
So
should
there's
be 8
3 and
4.
9. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Sorry. My bad. I just heard it wrong. But it is
Good
indeed.
job, Shira.
It is indeed not updated.
Yes.
No, correct. So, Ninjas in Pajamas, they have a chance still to.
Do they?
I think they do.
Mathematically,
If
they have a chance?
mathematically, now they have to get really lucky because No Logic Gaming
Half
has to lose all their games.
Okay.
So,
And then there's still...
and then there's
There
still
was one team
in a
but
tricky
that was
position.
5 something.
Okay.
So
Well,
they have to
actually,
lose.
I
They
mean,
need 2 teams to lose all their games then.
Yeah.
yes,
and-
because right now 4 Clovers and a Leprechaun also need to lose all their games,
Okay.
which actually mathematically is not possible if
Don't they play against each
Yeah,
other?
they
Yes,
play against each other.
So
But
they're,
then they're gonna be tied with the last one, right? If they're
Yeah,
both
but if
5.
they're tied with the last one, they're both last.
No,
and then-
I mean like in the above
Yeah.
the line.
Yeah, no, they're both last on the under the line. I think they would be both under the line.
That's a very negative way of looking at this shit. All right.
The cutoff line. We can actually have a winner's interview now though. It is No-Tail who is ready for us. Hello, No-Tail. Congratulations on keeping your winning streak alive.
Hello there. Thank you.
So, was it you that came up with the name?
Well, me and some others had some talks, and I mentioned it, and people liked it. But my idea didn't really translate fully. But it's kinda.
What was your idea?
I'm not gonna spoil that.
Was it one? Did you happen to listen to the interview yesterday?
Yeah, I've listened to the interviews.
And did
yeah.
you listen to the pre-game show where we basically mentioned all the possible OGs?
No, I don't think I caught that part. I know
Okay.
there are a lot of potential OGs.
We think we figured it out.
we think we have it locked down.
Yeah.
Oh, you figured it out.
Do you want to
Yeah.
hear what it was? What we think it was?
Shiva
Shoot.
spent like 20 minutes researching this, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, 20 minutes. That's a long time.
Orangutan ganja?
We'll go again. I gotta hear that again.
Orangutan ganja?
What is that?
A super strong weed.
Oh my god. No, that's quite far.
Was
But,
it that?
I
Was it
like
that
the
as
sound of it.
simple? Could it be as simple as Original Gangster?
Yes. I mean, I could Bob Ross you again, but Tao already did that. It can be whatever you want it to be.
I mean, it could be whatever we want to be. We came up with a lot of different ones, so I'm happy to keep guessing. Actually, just
Yeah,
say,
I mean,
just say it
that's the
wasn't
beauty of
Original
it.
Gangster. It was still yet
Yeah, I think that
undiscovered.
suits them the best.
Yes.
You're all gangsters.
I have a question regarding your draft process in terms of you with your team, because this last game seemed to have a very specific way of dealing with the prediction of that Ninjas in Pajamas would pick Aya when you already banned the CK earlier, and you pick up the Tiny yourself. How does the draft process go in your team? Do you decide that beforehand, or is Tal just, this is what we're gonna do, and nobody else has anything to say about it?
This is all up to Tal in the end. We come with suggestions, he takes them or leaves them. Drafts are always about mind games, and this was like, the opening was one of the bigger mind games that you get. Like,
Yeah.
you have two teams that really like to play Wisp. You pretty much putting your money on one of the teams first picking it, and that's really valuable information, and you can go from there. And what we did, I think that shook them up quite some. This is not what they want to see, you know. They want the Wiz Tiny. They don't get it. They get upset. Yeah. But it's not like 100% predetermined. We don't know if they're gonna ban either Doom, Wisp, or one of the other heroes, which then changes the whole thing.
All right. So my question's about you guys have obviously had like a ridiculous amount of success recently, and like in some of your games, you start off kind of rough, but you seem to kind of get it together. Is there anyone in your team that is, you know, leading that, and he's like, okay, guys, we need to chill out, we need to do this? Who's your like main in-game leader, or do you do it as a team, or how does that work?
100%. That's Tal.
Okay.
Tal is the only reason we can fuck up that much and pull it back.
Nice.
All right. I want to ask you about the Doom, like the new Doom, kind of like what they did to the Scorched Earth and stuff. How do you feel that's like? Is the Doom OP, kind of?
I am still forming my personal opinion on the new Doom with the new Scorched Earth. I know the last one was OP. That was a very easy one. Now, like, he's still good. There's no doubt about it. If he's overpowered, if he's like 100% first pick worthy, I think we're not the only team that's, you know, trying to figure that out. How good is he? But he's strong. He's good.
For sure. I agree with you.
So you have still got one more series to go tomorrow here in the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and perhaps we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Okay. Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.
Peace.
And that, of course, was a no-till from Team OG, and we still don't know what it stands for.
They have us.
The search continues. The search continues. Now, we already looked at the standings, and we are actually already soon, in 25 minutes, we're ready for our second series. We have 3 series today. In total, 1 is now already done, and now we're going over to Monkey Freedom Fighters, taking on 4 Clovers and a Leprechaun. But before that, first want to point out, before we go into a break, that you still have to, or should check out facebook.com/ROGNordic, where you have a chance to win an ASUS ZenPad S8 if you fill in what is the most influential hero of this week's league play, plus motivation, of course. And if yours coincides with the one that Ape Mother chooses tomorrow, then you have a chance
It's very small.
of winning the ASUS ZenPad S8.
Not that
you
one.
just turned it on, actually.
Did I just turn
Yeah,
it on?
you did.
Yeah, it's
Well, this is what it looks like when it's turned on.
Ooh.
wow.
Look at the
Wow.
color. Like, there's
Look at them
a...
colors. Hold on. You have to tilt it a bit.
Okay.
Oh, you turn it
You
off.
turn
again.
it off.
What did you do?
Turn it
I
off.
think...
Where's the button?
Technology. How does it work?
We don't know actually.
There's no
Oh,
button.
there, we got it. Look at them colors. Just so
look at it really hard.
so vibrant. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's amazing. Really.
It's like your face, Shane.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay, so we are going to go into our next series, though. Monkey Freedom Fighters taking on 4 Clovers and a Leprechaun, and it will all happen when we return.
Put that back in.